Hello everyone and welcome to the first annual Pokemon Pocket Award Show. And these old things, I think we could be a little more dressed up. It's an award show after all. That's a little better. In this video, we're gonna give out awards for some of the highest highs and lowest lows of the year in Pokemon Pocket as we have the 1-year anniversary coming up. We have a lot of incredible categories, great suggestions from you out there, and some members of the community that are gonna pop in and give out some awards. What a time to be alive. Yeehaw. Like any award show, there will be things you agree with and things you disagree with. Please let me know what you liked and didn't agree with as well in the comments. Just a reminder that all constructive criticism will be taken seriously and handled by summer 2026. We're gonna get things underway right now with our first category, Best Supporter of the Year. Our nominees are Lily, allowing you to heal 60 damage to a Stage 2 Pokemon. Misty, which allows you to add water energy to a Pokemon and destroy the game in the Genetic Apex meta. Leaf, reducing the retreat cost of your active Pokemon this turn by 2. Cyrus, which allows you to get over here and bring your opponent's bench Pokemon to the active spot if it has damage to it. And the winner is, of course, Looker, the best card in the game. No, I kid. It has to be Cyrus. Cyrus is the best supporter card of the year. There are a few close ones, and I didn't put Sabrina in this category, but it definitely could be here. Cyrus is, I mean, are you shocked? I certainly am not, and I chose it. Sorry to everyone out there who wanted Misty to win. There was a time that Misty may have been in that conversation, but if you're anything like me, Misty is seeing so many tails, it might as well be Sonic the Hedgehog. Jokes! Now onto a category you, the community, voted on. Most cheesy card or strat of the year, where our nominees are Magcargo, because Magcargo. Wugtrio EX, coin flip, baby. Articuno 18 Trainer, those were the days. And of course, Sweets Relay. And the winner is Magcargo. With over 53% of the vote, Magcargo takes home this category. And you know, I gotta say, this is a cheesy strat, but I'll be honest, Magcargo is actually a really fun deck. And as far as cheesy strats go, it's one of the better ones that we've had all year. Before I continue any further, let me Cyrus in a member of the community. We've got Zen with a couple of categories. Enjoy.
Thanks for having me. I'm here to present the best exclusive promo card we've received this past year. Now, we haven't had too many winners, but we do have a list of nominees. They are Blissey EX, the new Raichu EX, and Rayquaza EX. Well, let's see what the winner is. Rayquaza EX! Are we surprised? Next, we have Best Flair, which is subjective. However, there is a clear winner in this category. But first, some honorable mentions. First up is the Flames Flare for many Fire-type Pokemon, Foliage Flare for many Grass-type Pokemon, and the Special Pikachu Flare for many cards. But now time for the winner of the Best Flare by a mile, and it's the Special Shiny Sparkle Flare. It looks amazing. Also, there's nothing on here.
Thank you very much. Thank you for being a part of it, and thank you, me, for reaching out. Our next category is Biggest Glow Up. This is a card that was maybe pretty good or even kind of bad, but started to get really good as the year went on. Our first nominee is Magneton, which was an okay card, but once Magnezone got added, wow, this thing became amazing. Greninja. There's no question that Greninja was great, but with the addition of Cyrus to the game and later Rare Candy, Greninja got better and better and better. Red card. A card that had some use at the beginning of Genetic Apex. However, it really didn't get shine until there were so many decks that were drawing so many cards. Now, red card is something I love having in most every deck because you're running into so many draw engines. And finally, Stoke Charizard, a card that was pretty good. However, once Rare Candy became a thing, Stoke Charizard actually got to live up to its full potential. And the winner is Magneton. I had to give it to Magneton. I really do think Genetic Apex Magneton takes the cake here, but all of these are very, very good cards that got better and better as time went on. Now on to best full set of the year. This is something I had the community vote on, and I also have my own personal take. And interestingly enough, they are not the same. So I'm excited to see what you all said and let you know what I think. The full sets we've had this year, of course, are Genetic Apex, which launched the game. We then had Space Time Smackdown, which was a huge set after Mythical Island. Then we had Celestial Guardians, which was a massive, massive set, adding a ton of game-changing cards. I mean, all of these big sets do. And finally, Wisdom of Sea and Sky, our most recent full set. And the winner, voted on by the community, is Space Time Smackdown. This actually makes a lot of sense to me. I understand why this was chosen by the community. This was one of the most hype times in the entire game. There were so many exciting new additions. It was a pretty cool meta, and some of the cards were, I mean, really, really impactful. I loved Space Time Smackdown. But for me, the set of the year is Celestial Guardians. Celestial Guardians is awesome. I mean, if you look back through this set, there were just so many cool cards and so many meta-shaking cards. We had this meta for a long time where it was just powerful, you know, EX basic cards, and because of rare candy and things like that, it shifted in a big way. But the community has spoken. Space Time Smackdown is our winner. Now it is time to move on to award some of the best art in this game. And the amazing thing about this category is there's no real good way to choose this. So I actually had a team of artists look through all of the cards and make the choices for me, so I couldn't be wrong. And while that is not true, it would be fun if it was. On to the categories. First up, best shiny card. Your nominees are Stoke Charizard, Greninja, Red Gyarados, Blue Mew, and Giratina EX. And the winner is... I'm pretending like I'm pulling it out of an envelope, even though I haven't done that the whole time. Stoke Charizard. I really do think this is one of the coolest looking shinies, even though there are so many that could win this. I think Gyarados is also right there, but dang, I love the look of this Char. Next, onto best 1-star art. So many good choices. There was no way to get this right, and I didn't. Your nominees are Genetic Apex Alakazam, Genetic Apex Gyarados, Mythical Islands Marshadow, Spacetime Smackdown Spiritomb, Triumphant Lights Houndoom, Celestial Guardians Cosmog, Eevee Groves Espeon, Wisdom of Sea and Sky Ampharos, Secluded Springs Yamper, Deluxe Pack EX's Florgato. While this is tough and there were so many others I wanted on this list, I am going to give it to our most recent addition, Florgato, but not because of its art by itself, because it, with Sprigatito and Meowscarada, tells such a compelling art story. I absolutely love it. Are there others that could have won? Sure. Are there others that should have won? You let me know in the comments. Of course there are. But this is what I chose. Moving away from art for a moment, let's talk about best coin flip. And there are a few good coin flippers in this game. Not me, even though I am confident at flipping heads. There are a few great cards based around coin flips. Your nominees are Misty, Team Rocket Grunt, Guzzlord, Alolan Executor, and Will. Now let's be fair, Will is kind of cheating in this category, so that one doesn't count, but it's kind of a funny addition, isn't it? In some ways, it is the best coin flip card. And there are so many ways you could go with this, so many cards that I feel like could be in this category. In a lot of ways, I have to give this award to Misty, but I refuse to give this award to Misty because it was one of the most controversial cards when the game came out. And I will say, while flipping heads on a Misty feels great, I don't know if there's anything that feels better than hitting a disgusting Team Rocket Grunt against your opponents. It is a wild card. When you take multiple energy from an opponent, it is one of the best feelings in the game. So the winner of best coin flip for me, Team Rocket Grunt. Now our next category, cards with incredible future potential. These ones could have a bright future in front of them, however, they may just fade into obscurity, like they kinda somewhat already are. First, Galarian Cursola. This is an interesting card because with Megas coming out, if they are able to hit Galarian Cursola and KO it, there's a 50-50 chance that they go down and you win the game. Pretty crazy. Next, Celebi from Secluded Springs. This card obviously has major implications as we continue. The less basic EXs that are around and the more multi-stage EXs are around, this card gains a ton of value. Memory Light. Memory Light feels like one of those cards that will always be a sneaky high value card for certain decks, setting up plays that you would not expect otherwise, and at some point it could become very, very meta. And finally, any fighting card with 4 energy. There are so many fighting cards with 4 energy. We'll put one up here, Rhyperior, whatever. One of these fighting cards that takes forever to get online, even though there's almost no way to ramp fighting energy. One day there will be, and things will change. And the winner? Memory Light. Memory Light is a really cool card, and I do think it's one of those cards that we will see from time to time and be shocked with how good of a combination it makes. Now, onto the award for most Nightmarish card. Your nominees are Wigglytuff from Shining Revelry, Wigglytuff from Shining Revelry, Wigglytuff from Shining Revelry, and the winner is Yamper! Ah! No, it's Wigglytuff from Shining Revelry. This card is gross, and I hate it. Next category. Our next category, non-EX cards that maybe could have been EX cards. Your first nominee, Silvally, which is unbelievably powerful, better than Delmai's EX. But that's true of almost any card. Rampardos, because how is 1 energy for this much damage not an EX card? Zeraora, incredibly powerful and able to generate an absurd amount of energy at the start of the game. Meowscarada, one of the original EX KO'ers, so good. Celesteela, while it's not an EX card per se, the ability is bonkers. And finally, Oricorio, because, well, I mean, come on. And the winner is Rampardos. Yes, there were many cards that could have taken this spot, but something about this card just feels like it could be an EX Pokemon, and it wouldn't be that unreasonable. As I often talk about on stream, I don't know what an EX Rampardos would even look like, because it's kind of already here. Our next category, biggest fall from grace. These cards had a moment, and that moment seems to be gone. Our first nominee, Celebi EX. While this card didn't exactly set the world on fire, and you wouldn't expect it to, it is a grass type card. Not a good joke. This card also really only had a moment, one meta where it was kinda something, and then it was gone. Dialga, a card that was almost sort of there and was a meta for a little bit, but was just too slow to keep up with how fast the meta became. Mewtwo EX, a very, very smelly card. Apparently, when you play this card, Mewtwo Gardevoir specifically, you don't end up taking showers for extended periods of time. Luckily, all of those players have moved on to playing Darkrai Giratina. Still not showering though. And the winner has to be Mewtwo EX. I mean, what a start. What a start for Genetic Apex. Mewtwo Guard was such a thing, and now it's one of the weakest decks, it feels like, in the game. When you run into it, you're kinda shocked. You almost want them to win because you're just feeling bad for them. Next, biggest flop EX card. These are cards that we had high hopes for, very much like Panic at the Disco, but unfortunately it didn't work out, unlike Panic at the Disco. They're crushing it. Our first nominee, Umbreon EX. While none of these are necessarily bad cards, they definitely didn't live up to the hype and expectation, and Umbreon EX is for sure in that category. A built-in Cyrus, it felt like you could do no wrong, but it didn't do that much. Lugia EX. This one breaks my heart. I love this Pokemon. I think this is a fun card. It doesn't do enough damage. The energy requirement is absolutely insane. Charizard just needs fire energy. Why does this need 80 different kinds of energy and it still won't be able to KO Omega? Lunala EX. I've been saying for a long time that I do think Lunala EX could make something happen. It just needs the right meta. Will we ever find it? I don't know. And finally, every promo EX. Since the dawn of time, promo EXs have been bad. Even though we've all wanted them and tried to make them good, they just won't be good. And you know what? Maybe that's fair. And the winner is Lugia EX. There are a lot of ways we could go with all of these categories, but I had to go with my heart here. I really wanted this to be more of a meta card that I would be excited about playing. rather than what it is, actually a kind of bad card that is propped up by Ho-Oh actually being kind of good. Now, back into the art categories. We are doing Best 2-Star Full Art. Your nominees are Mew EX, Darkrai EX, Stoke Charizard, Lunala EX, Alolan Dugtrio EX, and from the newest set, I only picked one, Arceus EX. And the winner is Alolan Dugtrio EX. Sure, there were others that were more deserving, but would there ever be a category this Pokemon could win otherwise? I don't think so. Alolan Dugtrio is our winner. Next, Best 2-Star Supporter. Your first nominee, Misty. Your next nominee is Sabrina. Cyrus, looking pretty good. Mars. Cynthia, having way too much aura. Lusamine from Deluxe Pack EX. Whitney. And Kiawe. And the winner is Professor's Research. I'm sorry, it is. I don't know what to tell you. It is. I know I didn't list it, but come on, it is. It is. It's the winner. What do you want me to do? It's the winner. It is the winner, all right? Sue me. Don't sue me, but you know, come on, it's the winner. Now on to Best Immersive Card. This is going to be kind of tough. So as I read out each one, I'm going to let it play. Enjoy it. These are incredible, and I don't really know what to say except this is so hard to choose, but I think I've made up my mind. Your nominees for Best Immersive Card are Eevee EX from Eevee Grove, Suicune from Secluded Springs, Buzzwole from Extra Dimensional Crisis, Charizard from Genetic Apex, Mew, the Hidden Immersive from Genetic Apex, Honestly, looking at all of the immersives, they are so cool. Some of the stuff they've done is incredible, and so many of them deserve this award. But for me, it is Genetic Apex Charizard. That thing is awesome. I love that battle scene. Going through them all, I thought I was going to give it to Suicune, but I have to give it to this. Continuing on, the hardest art category, I think, Best Rainbow Rare. From Genetic Apex, Gengar EX. Also in Genetic Apex, Moltres EX. And Machamp EX from Genetic Apex. From Mythical Island, Aerodactyl EX. From Spacetime Smackdown, Infernape EX. Also from Spacetime Smackdown, Darkrai EX. From Triumphant Light, Garchomp EX. As well as Glaceon EX. From Shining Revelry, Pikachu EX. Also from Shining Revelry, Tinkaton EX. It's dang cool. From Celestial Guardians, Decidueye EX. Also from Celestial Guardians, Lunala and Solgaleo EX. Putting them together, you form one beautiful piece of art. As well as a Alolan Raichu EX from the same set. From Extra Dimensional Crisis, Guzzlord EX. From Eevee Grove, Sylveon EX. From Wisdom of Sea and Sky, Kingdra EX. From Secluded Springs, Entei and Raikou, looking at each other. And the winner is Decidueye EX. That's right, Decidueye EX is the winner, and you can't argue with me because I already recorded the video. Now, before we move any further, we're going to be moving into some meta discussion, so I should bring in another incredible member of the Pocket community.
All right, guys, it's Matty here, and today I have the privilege of giving out 2 unique rewards. The first one is going to be the best Pokemon ability. The nominees are Nightmare Aura from Darkrai EX, Safeguard from Oricorio, Happy Ribbon from Sylveon EX, and Water Shuriken from Greninja. And the winner is Safeguard from Oricorio. Of course it is. And the next award that I'm giving out is the best competitive meta deck throughout this entire year of Pokemon Pocket. The nominees will be Mewtwo and Gardevoir from the A1 season, Giratina and Darkrai from the A2B season, Suicune and Greninja from the A4A season, and Dialga and Arceus from the A2A season. And the winner goes to Giratina and Darkrai from the A2B season. Probably not a surprise to anybody.
Thank you very much, Mads. Appreciate it, my dude. Now onto a category voted on by you, the viewer, most broken card of the year. And this is a big one. Your nominees are Giratina EX, Oricorio, Misty, and Greninja. And while any of these could have won, and at different times in the game they would have, the winner, voted on by our community, is Giratina EX. And I'm not shocked. That card is unbelievably good. While all of these cards deserve a place in the conversation, Giratina may be good forever. Next, onto the category of best meta. While this is extremely subjective, I'm going to be extremely subjective and give you what I think were some of the best metas we've had. Your nominees are Deluxe Pack EX. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Genetic Apex. A great start to the game with a few really fun strategies and actually a lot of variety. Spacetime Smackdown. Things really opened up with this set. There were a lot of cool additions and a lot of meta cards. Triumphant Light. I loved this set and this meta. I thought what they did with Arceus was really cool, and it was exciting seeing all of the different pairings. Extra Dimensional Crisis. Another mini set that I thought added a lot of cool stuff to the game. There were different ways to play. The Ultra Beasts were really powerful, but could still be countered by a lot of other meta cards. Wisdom of Sea and Sky. A really cool meta with a lot of variety and actually a weird, not intense focus on only playing the most meta things. It felt like because we had so many cards, we just had so many different decks you would run into. And finally, Celestial Guardians. One of the best packs, in my opinion, in the entire game, and a really cool meta that shook things up in big ways. And the winner is Celestial Guardians. Sure, you could argue there is stuff in this pack that were not super ideal, and it did introduce some crazy, awful stuff to the meta in some ways, but in other ways, I think this opened up a lot of Stage 2 cards and made tons and tons of things more viable while introducing a lot of new cards itself. Now, it wouldn't be fair if we didn't also include a few misses in this award show, so let's have some of our more disappointing moments of the year. For worst set release, Your nominees are Shining Revelry. While it had a lot of cool cards inside of it, it also introduced shinies that were pretty controversial and still kind of are pretty controversial and have ruined quite a few God packs. EV Grove. I kind of loved this set, but also we have to recognize that after Sylveon, I don't know if we can ever go back again. People are drawing cards, all right? They're just drawing cards now. Secluded Springs. This was a really cool set, but it continued off of the EV Grove, let's draw a bunch of cards, and now everything is drawing all their cards in one turn, and Greninja's ready to go immediately, and I'm gonna cry. And Deluxe Pack EX. The winner, of course, Deluxe Pack EX. While this is a really cool set, especially for collectors, and I like that they have come out and said that the cards we collect here will fill in some of the other sets eventually, I do think this was one of the tougher sets in a meta that was continuing to be tough, and it is the most upset I've ever seen the community about a set of cards. Now, worst EX card excluding promos, because we can agree they're all just a varying level of bad, right? From Genetic Apex Marowak EX. While it had a place at some point, flipping 2 coins to do maybe 0 damage is very rough. Gengar EX. I know, its ability is amazing, but 3 energy for 100 damage is kinda criminal sometimes. I'm sorry, Gengar. Pachirisu EX. You almost could forget that this is even a card. 120 HP, 40 damage for 2 energy, or maybe 80. Get real, Pachirisu EX. Glaceon EX. There have been a lot of attempts to make Glaceon EX work, and it really just kinda doesn't. 3 energy, 90 damage, and it kind of tickles your opponent in between turns. Yeesh. Barrel EX, because 4 colorless energy to do 100 damage and a stage 1 is insane. Delmise EX, 3 energy to do 80 damage. Come on, man. Lycanroc EX, able to do the same amount of damage as Rampardos, but for 2 additional energy and then you discard 1. And your winner is Delmise EX. I don't care if there are others that should win. Delmise EX does win. Because what? I mean, what? And our next category, worst card of all time. The nominees are Looker. And the winner is Looker. I don't even know what to say about this card. Anyone who pulled the full art version of this, I apologize. And our final category, greatest card art of all time. There are so many that we have talked about here today. So many deserving of this award. So many beautiful pieces of art, but nothing I think will ever replace this moment. Of course, you know it. The winner is new art coming soon. Ho-Oh edition. It does beat out Lugia because it's a slightly better card. I don't know what to say about this except this was such a weird, wonderful, bad, chaotic, interesting moment in time for Pocket, and I loved that we got to experience it. It's so weird. They just had to put new art coming soon. We'll never top it. Truly, we will never ever top it. I hope you guys enjoyed this. We of course could have had more categories and more stuff and more members of the community that I reached out to, but it was hard to get it all together in time. Thank you all for checking it out, being a part of it. Here's to another amazing year in Pocket, the ups, the downs, the yampers, and all of the stuff in between. I love you, and I'll see y'all next time. We did it.